Over here! Hello, my name is Peggy and I run the forest school Young Rangers near Lampeter. Today I'm at Longwood and I'm filming for Small Woods Wales, Coed Lleol, part of the Small Wood Association. And I've just been out and about and I found those really delicious strawberries here, but I haven't got any basket or anything to take them home in. Today's video will be about how to make a quick and easy basket when you're on the go. All you need is a pair of secateurs or a knife. I've just spotted some willow right over there, so I'll meet you over there, cut some willow and then I'll show you how to make a basket. See you over there. I've cut a few bits of willow now. Usually you wouldn't cut willow this time of the year, you would actually do it in the dormant season, which is November, December till February, March, until the leaves get back on. When the leaves are on, then that means the sap has risen and all the energy has gone up into the top, and you don't really want to disturb the growth, which is why you cut it at the dormant season when there's no leaves on. The other reason is usually this time of the year, because it's nesting season, there will be a bit of wildlife and we don't want to disturb anyone who's built their nest here. That's why we'll quickly sneak out and I'll see you up at the forest school site. So I've got my willow here now. I've also cut some hazel, just this one, and I cut some dogwood with the nice red color. Now you might be wondering, how do I know what's suitable for weaving and what isn't? And I'm going to show you something called the wrist test, which basically means just take a piece of branch and wrap it around your wrist. And if it's nice and pliable and doesn't crack, then it's suitable for weaving. Now if you grow your own willow, this time of the year you might end up with something like this. Just a few dry branches really. You got some green willow. I also got some nice brown orange willow. I got some dogwood and some black willow, my favorite. Now if you have those, obviously they will require soaking before you start using them for baskets. These usually, depending on the thickness of the willow and the length, they take between 1 to 2 days soaking, and I would just keep rechecking them. Whereas if you buy buff willow, which has got no bark on, they only take 1 to 2 hours soaking. You'll also want to consider mellowing your willow, which basically means wrapping it into a blanket and leaving it after the soaking for 1 to 2 hours before you start making your basket. I'm lighting myself a quick fire and I will put the kettle on, and whilst the kettle is heating up I'm going to make a basket and I'll see if I can finish the basket until the kettle is boiled. So I've chosen 2 of the longest pieces of willow and I start off by making a wreath. If it's Christmas time, then you can hang them up as a wreath. Weaving in and out and tucking the bits in. Stay in place. You could strip the leaves off, or for this purpose of a really quick basket, I'm just leaving the leaves on. And do the same again. Round shape. There we go, shaped a bit into a nice form. So I got number 1. Number 2. Now I'm sitting them together like this. And now I need to choose. I think I want my basket to look like that. So I'll have this as the basket and this as the handle. Now I'm going to use pieces of willow, really thin pieces, and I use them similar to how I would use string. I'm just going to tie them together here like this a few times around, get it into shape, and around here, and again I'll just tuck the end bits in. There we go. Do the other side as well. Again, tuck the end bit in. Okay, so I've got this done, and now I'm starting to fill in the basket. I'm going to choose a bit of hazel here. So I'll make a start. All those bits, they can be cut off at the end. I'm going to weave the hazel around. Go over this way and come back the other side. And again, I weave along the side. And just keep weaving pieces of hazel in. If I want the basket to last longer, and don't get undone, I usually would leave the willow I cut for a couple of weeks or so, just because then it dries out a little bit and you get less holes. But if you want to just make it quickly there and then keep using it, then I just recommend to add bits and pieces of willow in later on. Tuck all the branches in that are hanging out, shape it a bit more, and I can use my secateurs to tidy up a little bit. And you can also use some moss, especially if you have berries and you're worried they might just go through the gaps. I can put some moss in here, and then I can put my berries in here. So if you do the whole thing without leaves, then you'll end up with a basket, which is this one here. And again the same, just putting some mosses in so nothing can fall through. We've got the two different baskets here, one with and one without leaves. This was a random woven basket. There are other more traditional styles which require a bit more technique. For example, we got the rib basket here, which is basically similar in the sense that you start off with a reef as well here. I have another one this way. So I have two reefs, add the spokes in, and then weave along those spokes in and out. And then this is the traditional block basket style, which starts off at the bottom. This is an oval style rather than a round basket. So you have 3 spokes going this way, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spokes that way. They're all bent into shape, woven around it. Then the spokes added onto the sides, and it's woven up, and you can make different shapes with them here. I've used dogwood for this one here. I used some white willow, and this is the buff willow as well. And this is some really steamed willow, which turns slightly brown. So let's check our kettle. Kettle is boiling. I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea. I'm enjoying a quick cup of tea before I'm going back to foraging. If you enjoyed this little video on how to make a basket on the go, then please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to the Coed Lleol YouTube channel. My name is Peggy. Thanks for watching.